I'm afraid I can share nothing about second season just
Really?
now. No.
반갑습니다. 이승국입니다. 또 인터뷰를 하고 왔어요. 무려 넷플릭스의 공식 초청을 받아서 많은 분들이 기대하고 계신 그 작품이죠. 위쳐의 주인공, 우리 시대의 슈퍼맨 헨리 카빌을 필리핀 마닐라에서 만나고 왔습니다. 자, 그럼 그 영상 바로 만나보실까요?
I actually met you in Korea.
Really? Oh,
When you-
yes, of course, for Mission.
On the Mission is a full
Yes.
on the red carpet. I did a 1-minute interview with you.
Okay,
Yeah,
those are the hardest.
Yeah. And now I have 5 minutes, so I'm kind of really relaxed to be here.
Camera rolling.
Okay.
One, 4, 3, 2.
잠깐만요. 다시 한 번만 볼게요.
I'm kind of really relaxed to be here.
Camera rolling.
여러분은 봤어요? 여러분은 봤냐고요? 헨리 카빌이 저한테 격려한다고 엄지척 해주는 거요. 전 못 봤어요. 저 엄지를 저는 못 봤다고요. 집에서 영상 편집하다가 뒤늦게 발견했어요. 저 엄지를. 하필 저 순간에 제작진 신호가 들어와갖고 제가 고개를 다시 돌렸을 때는 그가 이미 자세를 고쳐 앉은 상황이었죠. 그래서 영상 속에 저는 친근함을 표시하려고 했던 제 얘기에 헨리가 별로 관심이 없었는 줄 알고 조금 긴장을 한 상태입니다. 그러니 오늘 인터뷰의 숨은 관람 포인트는 편안하다고 말한 직후에 긴장을 해버린 이승국, 그리고 한 번 만났던 사람을 향해 오바스럽지 않게 하지만 지속적으로 친근함과 진중한 집중력을 보여주는 스윗한 헨리, 이 두 가지가 되겠습니다. 그럼 이 두 가지를 본격적으로 구경하시기 전에 구독하고 좋아요 눌러주시면 좋고요. 그렇게 해주시길 바라며 이제 진짜로 인터뷰 시작합니다.
Hi, Henry.
Hello.
Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you again too.
Last time we met, you were fighting against Tom Cruise.
Yep.
And throughout your career, you have fought against aliens and the Nazis. Now you're fighting against monsters as
Yes.
Geralt the Witcher, the master of sword and skillful magician.
Yeah.
And I know that you've been a huge fan of Witcher IP, but exactly what kind of element of the IP that captured you to want to play the Geralt?
What element of this IP in particular? It's tough to narrow it down to any one element, really, because being a big gamer, I played the games for many hours, hundreds of hours, and also being a huge fan of the fantasy genre in general, it's tough to say what one particular thing drew me to this IP. I like that it's quite a unique character. It's Sapkowski created something which was new, especially when he created it, and he's put it in a quite a grim and realistic world, which I'm sure was from Polish influence as well. And there's a combination of all of these things, really. Sapkowski's incredible writing, his way of balancing emotional, heartfelt characters with very hard and characters that are willing to commit what they deem necessary evils. And so that is an interesting thing for an actor to explore, to really delve into and play with, really.
Talking about, you just mentioned the realistic aspect of the novel. And, well, because it's a medieval fantasy genre novel, we see a lot of CGI from the show, and we see fancy costumes, action sequences, and monsters. But one thing I really liked about the novel is that the long conversations Geralt has with the others, like you said, it was really realistic, and the conversation actually made me think about my life and the change of the era. It made you think.
Yep.
But since it's a TV show, you can't just have Geralt sit on a chair and talk for 10 minutes with the other characters.
Exactly.
You have to move and act.
Yeah.
So as an actor, it must be quite challenging to carry those deep moments only using your facial expressions with much less words. How was it acting out those moments?
As you say, Geralt is very verbose in the books, and we also have the luxury of his inner monologue as well. So not only is it almost a full book of just him interacting with other characters, but we get to be privy to his inner thoughts. For me, the challenge in this, and an exciting challenge and a wonderful opportunity, was to boil the character of Geralt down to an essence, and so that he can live within the framework of what we're presenting in the show. I think what Lauren has done here is very courageous. She's taken on a huge IP, and she's applied her own vision to it. And she's brought a broader lens, which is an exciting thing I think the viewers are going to love, because they get to experience more of these characters in depth, and they get to know where they come from. But for me, working with that framework, I had to make sure that the character of Geralt still existed in the same way it does in the books. And so for me, it was finding that balance between how he'll sound, holding the same gravitas, and getting across the important things, like how direct he is. In the books, we find he can have a very, very long conversation
Yeah.
with a ruler,
Yeah.
and
There's a whole page him just talking.
absolutely,
Yeah.
and he will know how to converse with kings and queens, and he'll have a certain manner to his speech, and eventually, as the conversation goes on, he will become more and more direct. And we don't necessarily have the luxury of that in the scenes
That's
in the
true.
show, and so I had to provide that directness from the very beginning and find opportunities in the series later on where I could actually show the other side of his character.
Well, I like how you portray the Geralt in the movie. Can I just ask you one quick question before the last one?
We're out of time.
Okay, so I'll just ask you the last question. The season 2 of The Witcher is already announced even before the first one was released.
Yes.
And one good thing about Netflix is you can see the whole episode of the season on the releasing date. So for the fans who will finish the first season on the releasing date, can you share us a little hint of the second season? What kind of ideas you're sharing, and when are we going to meet the second season?
I'm afraid I can share nothing about second season just
Really?
now. No, now it's time to be excited for first season, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, we'll make sure we see the first season on the releasing date.
Thank you very
Thank you for your
much.
time and answers. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
네, 제가 굉장히 인터뷰 앞순서였거든요. 그래서 굉장히 칼같이 자르더라고요. 뒤에 다른 분들이 많이 기다리고 있으니까요. 아무튼 뭐 이런 인터뷰를 하고 왔다는 겁니다. 마지막에 헨리가 단호하게 말하는 거 들으셨죠? 우리가 시즌 1에 열광을 해야 시즌 2를 공개적으로 논하겠다고 합니다. 위쳐는 지금 넷플릭스에서 만나실 수 있고요. 부디 시즌 2가 만들어진다면 또 불러주시길 혼자 조용히 소망해보며 저는 이쯤에서 영상 마무리해보도록 하겠습니다. 영상 재밌게 보셨다면 구독과 알람 설정 그리고 좋아요와 댓글 남겨주실 것을 믿으며 저는 다음번 다른 영상으로 인사드리도록 하겠습니다. 지금까지 저는 천재이승국의 이승국이었습니다. 감사합니다.